Hi guys, I want to make a quick video. It's going to be a short one. I just want to give some people advice when buying a computer. A lot of people are messaging me looking for a budget build PC. It's 2020, so if you want to get a relevant PC to compete with the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, you're going to need a reasonable budget. I had someone message me recently with an £800 budget to buy a PC, and the links they were sending me were just way under performance for that price. So I'm just trying to urge people to buy things used. Don't have this stigma about everything being brand new. I've been looking at people who are buying Ryzen 3 PCs, and I can get a mid-range i7 for the same price as the PC that they're sending me. First question you've got to ask yourself is, why do you actually want a gaming PC? Do you want to have the best graphical performance? Do you want to have the best frame rate? Do you want to be a streamer? Do you want to just have it so you can edit your work and you only have everything in one spot? There's many reasons why you should buy a PC. Emulators is a great thing. Like, I've got countless emulators on my computer. I've got all the way up to PlayStation 3, Nintendo Switch, GameCube, Wii, PlayStation 1, plus all of the retro Sega Mega Drive games, etc. There's just endless abilities with computers, and games are made on PCs, so that's probably why. Like, even the Xbox Game Showcase, they just showed off the Xbox One Series X and they showed off Halo, and that was running on a PC. They didn't even show it at the showcase running on an Xbox One Series X. It was running on a PC, and that just shows you PC is the standard. Most people are after a budget PC, so yeah, okay, you're not going to be running Halo Infinity, I think it's called. You're not going to be running that at full 4K, 60 frames a second, ultra settings on a budget build. You're just not. You're going to have to spend thousands to get close to that performance. But you can still get a good experience playing the game. You can play it at 1080p, definitely, hands down, you can get it at 60 frames a second on at least medium settings with a budget build PC. Some things to look out for when you're buying things online in general or buying used parts. The main thing would be, don't buy anything from China. If it's a PC part, even if it's just your hard drive, or especially if it's your graphics card, they have so many fakes out there which are very low-end graphics cards disguised as high-end graphics cards, and it's pretty interesting and pretty impressive, to be fair, but you don't want one. The main things to do when buying used parts is completely obvious by just examining the pictures, making sure the descriptions are perfectly fine, and contact the seller. If you've got any, even if it's eBay, Facebook, wherever you're buying it from, contact the seller. Just ask any questions that you're curious about, even if it's as basic as, has this graphics card been used for mining? Most sellers will be honest about it. Some of them will obviously just lie, but most sellers will be honest. And one thing people don't really realise is that they always have this stigma about buying used parts, but you cannot sell faulty parts on eBay unless you list it as faulty. So you bought a graphics card off eBay and it doesn't work, you can just get your money back straight away. They'll either send you a refund or you'd have to send it back, and they will pay for it because it's free returns on faulty items. So your money is safe. Obviously, if there's any problems, little problems at all, you can just send it straight back to the seller. That's just the way it goes.
Lost all the liquor money, boys.
What?
That's the way she goes.
That's the way she goes?
That's right. That's the way she goes.
Another thing to look out on eBay, there's a lot of sellers. As soon as you type in gaming PC on eBay, you can see that there's countless PCs with pictures of Fortnite, 60 frames a second, all these amazing fancy cases. But do not be fooled by a shiny case. Most of them have probably got like second gen i7s in there. But I've worked at some of these companies before, and they are refurbished companies. So what they do, they get their equipment from schools and offices and stuff. They get all HPs and Dell PCs. But what they do is they strip them parts, take out the motherboard and processor and the RAM, and they just shove it into a new shiny case. They might sometimes order in graphics cards if they're selling it as a gaming PC. Yeah, that's all they do. They just strip the parts, so you're going to be getting a base standard motherboard. Like, I guarantee you, any of these listings, they will not tell you what the motherboard is, because the chances are they don't know themselves. It's just something they've just nicked off a Dell or a HP. Right, with them PCs though, I'm not completely saying that there's nothing wrong with them. Just keep an eye on the price and don't expect to be buying one of them PCs like an i7 second gen, being able to play the best latest games that are out there, because you probably won't. The minimum specs on most games now are just way exceeding what people assume they are. So if you're looking for a gaming PC with a decent budget of, let's say, £800 to compete with the Xbox Series X and PS5, them consoles are probably going to be better. But you can get stuff which will play them games perfectly fine. You can get things equivalent to, let's say, an Xbox X or a PS4 Pro. Well, probably better than the PS4 Pro. The Xbox One X processor is a 8th gen octa-core 2.3 GHz Jaguar. PC equivalent wise, it's roughly a low-end Ryzen 5 or a i5 6600K probably. As for a graphics card in the Xbox One X, they have their own AMD custom build, so it's hard to tell what it is. For similar performance, you're looking at an RX 580 or a GTX 1070. When it comes down to 4K, the Xbox One X will beat those cards in 4K. I believe it's got 12 gig of RAM in the Xbox One X graphics card, whereas 1070s and the RX 580s, you're going to be looking at around about 8 gig RAM for a decent one. If you want to push the budget, you can probably get 11 gig RAM on the 1070. It's probably not worth it because you don't want to, if you're going to push your budget, you're going to push your budget, you're going to want to go to a 1080 if you're going to do that. That's just saying that for 4K gaming. If you're happy with 1080p gaming, they're going to be on the exact same level. You can probably see a lot of searches going on the screen. This is just an example of some of the different shops buying things used online and some of the different buys you can buy. This was just a random check. It took me about 5-10 minutes, if that, just to have a quick browse just to see what's out there in my area for collection or on eBay. Just completely rough, and you can probably just see straight away that the prices you're getting are just miles better than the stuff that's new. This link that my friend sent me for a Ryzen 3 PC, it was a Ryzen 3 3200G processor, and that processor is £80 processor, but the PC was £650. The graphics card in it was a GTX 1660, I believe, off the top of my head. I think that's around the £180 mark. This is only just going to be a quick short video, like I said at the start. I just want to summarise up. Just all I'm trying to say is, please just don't dismiss buying things used. You can go on eBay, go on Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, whatever online trade sites you've got in your area, go for it. Just have a look. It does help if you can drive, because obviously you can go pick things up, but you don't have to settle on the price that it shows. If you're on Facebook Marketplace and someone's selling a PC for £600, chances are you're getting it for at least £550. Just message them with offers, and you can even go around and test it the higher majority of the times. Well, to be honest, if anybody says you can't test it, don't buy that. Just do your research. If you can put it together yourself, put it together yourself. If you can't put it together yourself, learn how to put it together yourself. You're not going to find a budgeted next gen console killer. It's just not going to happen with the performance to get in. But you can get a next gen, very relevant 1080p gaming PC on a good budget. Just keep your eyes out, be smart. So thanks for watching. If you've got anything to say, just say it in the comments at the bottom. If you had any experience buying or selling, just let other people know. Give people that confidence to do that, because most people are just genuinely nervous about buying online used parts. That's why there's a bit of a stigma around it. So yeah, thanks for watching.